It's not just like, you know, a lot of reality shows where they have to place you together, where they put information out about casting and they kind of like force you to, they'll tell you this is your love interest or this your best friend, and they just kind of like creating stuff. Well, it was easy for us to film the show because we're all friends for real. I've been knowing Elijah since middle school, so we go back to middle school and high school. All of us are preachers' kids, and most of us come from legendary families within gospel music.
Yo, what's good, everybody? How y'all feeling tonight? Yeah. A lot of ladies in the building. See a lot of beautiful people in the building. How y'all feeling tonight, y'all? Oh, y'all still asleep. Anyway, listen, I want to thank you for this opportunity, Jazz. Can we give her a hand, y'all? Beautiful person, absolutely. So growing the gospel is basically about PKs, preachers' kids, bishops' kids, famous gospel singers' kids. You know, they say PKs are the worst ones. What y'all think? You gotta watch the show, I don't know. But, you know, I guess they say, but it's about us being grown. We're grown now, you know what I mean? This ain't your grandmother's church anymore, you know? So we still trying to figure it out, you know? Like, I love God, you know, but we're just still trying to figure it out, and it's not about our parents, it's about us, you know, and how our parents have instilled values in us, but we're just gonna see how that play out. It is.
All right, so you guys are now on reality TV, so you're bringing gospel, you're bringing the PK life to the forefront. Are you nervous about any of the perceptions that may come with reality TV in the gospel world?
No, I'm not nervous at all. I don't do anything without praying about it first. And so I already had a release from God to do the show anyway, so I know if he allowed me to do it, then he's going to walk with me through it. So I'm not nervous about it. It was kind of scary in the process of, you know, revealing your truth and your life in front of a camera. So it was that part, and I wanted to make sure that they told my story the right way. Because it takes a lot of courage to stand in front of a camera and be on national television and tell the truth about your life. I said this before, that when we put pictures and videos up on social media, we go in our phones or in our devices and we pick the best picture of ourselves that presents ourselves in the best light, the best lighting, the best whatever, everything, the angles gotta be right. But when you are transparent, transparency is messy. Transparency gets ugly. And so it's a risk that you take with doing reality TV. So no, I'm not nervous about it. No, I'm not scared. I'm actually excited because I have a freedom that I've never felt before after doing the show, because nobody can hold anything over your head after you've told your own truth.
So Elijah, what was it like growing up as a PK? Because you give fashion, you give Detroit. Yeah, okay. So what up though? So what was it like for you?
Well, in my mom's eyes, I was always an angel. It's like parents know, like, they know you bad, but, you know, as the youngest son, you know, or the youngest child, I could really do no wrong in her eyes. But it wasn't easy for me at all. You know, I wasn't allowed to go to, like, homecoming. I said I wasn't allowed. I didn't say I didn't go. I still went though, you know what I mean? I live by this thing called, you know, my quote is, it's better to ask for forgiveness than for permission. You know, that's just so perfect example. You know, had I asked my parents, can I go to homecoming, they would have said no. So I just snuck out my window in the bedroom, threw my suit out, you know, and still went. Then when I came back home, I said, you know, forgive me and all that stuff. But I mean, it was hard to the point where for a long time I wasn't able to go to movies. Yeah, it was crazy, you know, like holiness, to the point where it was like, you know, so I think like in my adult life, you know, it's just like, you gotta learn the balance, you know, like I haven't been to church really since the pandemic. But I say that to say is now I'm really about this relationship with God, you know what I mean? Instead of just the brick and mortar. I'm not saying don't go to church, But I've learned that relationship is so important. A lot of times, people try to make God out to be this mystical creature, this mystical person. But if you wake up in the morning and before you get in your car to go to work, before you pull off, you say, Lord, keep me safe. That's relationship. You know what I mean? When you wake up in the morning and you say, Lord, thank you for another day. That's relationship. You know what I mean? So a lot of times it's not as deep as we think it is. You know what I mean? It's just, reverencing God, thanking him for another day. Because, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here. We lost so many people during the pandemic, and I think people are still dealing with this. And the reason why I wanted to come back on TV is because I think the pandemic taught us, now it's like, how can I touch people without touching them? You go to church and they're still saying, hey, touch your neighbor, grab his hand. Nobody trying to do that right now because people still coughing in their hand. You know what I mean? So right now it's just like, how can I touch people without touching them? And that's by TV. You can still encourage people. This show is for everybody. Don't feel just because you didn't go to church or whatever. No, this show is for everybody. You're going to glean something from it.
So let's talk music. We got some new music coming, Tasha.
I have some new music coming out. I did my first live recording last year, October 12th. So I'm excited about the new music, but I do have a song that's already out, and it's called Why Not Me. Can I just sing like a little snippet of it? So why not me? See, I'm the perfect person to go through this storm. It won't break me, it won't kill me, I'll move on. Then I'll come out even better than before. And I'll never see this place anymore. 'Cause my faith is getting stronger every day. I'm removing everything that's in my way. And the fact that I survived another day makes me say, why not me? So that's the name of the song. It's called Why Not Me. Thank you. It's called Why Not Me. And I wrote that song because I was in the studio and I was like, what's something that a question that we all ask? No matter where we come from, no matter what, even if you're from church or you're not from church, no matter if you're a man or a woman, or no matter who you are, no matter your age range, we have all asked, why me? Why did I have to go through this? Why did this have to happen to me? Why did I make these bad decisions? And sometimes we can get so caught up with asking questions that we stunt our own growth. And the people that abused you, mishandled you, misused you, they moving on about their life. And you still stuck saying, why? And so that's where that song came from. So that song is already out. It's on iTunes. But I'm still pushing that while still getting my new music ready.
I'm not coming after you, Tasha. Yo, Sunday's best winner, y'all. Tasha Page Lockhart. Tasha Page Lockhart. But no, I'm dropping new music, and then the show I talk about how I got out of my deal with Black Crown. I did a TV show called The Four. Didn't win the show, but I did a little stare down and it took off, and it ended up, changing my life. You know what I mean? Literally overnight. So it's just crazy how everything circles back, because the same person who had casted me on The Four, Diddy said, man, I need somebody from Detroit, somebody who hot. The same guy who cast me on The Four, which was Carlos King, is the producer of this show, Growing Gospel. So I'm dropping a new single called Appetite, which you'll see on the first episode on the radio, and the EP drops this season as well, the first season of Growing Gospel. Absolutely.
Well, first of all, thank you guys for being here. We appreciate you guys. Clap it up for them, everybody. Clap it up. We thank you guys for being here. And we're going to tune in to Growing Gospel
Every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the next 6 weeks, Growing Gospel.
All right, then.
Even if you miss it on Thursdays, you can catch it on Mondays on All Black. Yeah? At 9 p.m. Make Central. All right? Appreciate y'all.
Thank you guys for being here. Up next is the cover reveal for Tasha.